What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge. So this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got a lot to talk about. Antifa is making some claims, allegedly. I'm not sure if it's really true, but we're going to go over what they're talking about. There's a lot of other things to talk about. We're going to talk about a corrupt police officer who's been arrested in the state of Connecticut. We're going to talk about the Hells Angels giving some money to a charitable cause. And we got the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. These guys are nuts. They're out of their minds. And I got some new videos to show you guys this week. There's already a show scheduled for Tuesday. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chat with Staxx. The dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And I got a friend that's going to be joining us tonight in a little bit. Let me give a couple shout outs before we get started. Unknown but known. How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We got 40 people in the house already. Damn, I didn't know I was that popular. Thank you guys for showing up. Rah, how you doing? Duka, what's up? D2C341, what's good? Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Make sure you check out Patreon. Let's see here. Craig, what's up, Craig? How you doing? Can't kill Cliff Ross. What's good? Antifa is school of thought, not an organization, but cool. Yeah, I know. That's what people were saying, that they're not really an organization. I mean, if they're not an organization, then why would the White House consider them a terrorist organization, a domestic terrorist organization? And I'm going to read their definition for Antifa. Let me see if our special guest is ready. Contra, what's up, bro? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. James, how are you? Yo, Staxx, what's going on? I think our special guest is going to be joining us in a second. Yeah, I think he's ready. Let me pop him on and see if he's ready. Yo.
Hey, how are you been, brother?
Hey, what's going on? We got Biker News Canada in the house.
Long time no see. How you doing?
I know. I'm doing great, man. Things are
Good.
good.
Good. How's the weather up your way? It's fucking freezing
Oh,
cold
it's
around here.
bad. There's a lot of snow out there. It's been pretty miserable here.
Yeah. Same with
You know,
us.
it's been crazy. It's been delaying the mail. I've been mailing out some merch, so it kind of sucks that it's delaying things, but and I'm waiting on some mails.
You should get a hold of this guy who's doing my merch. He'll give you a whole website and the whole deal. And
Yeah, I do it all myself, man.
He runs it like a drop ship, but then you got to cut the money with him.
Yeah, that's what I do. I run it like a drop ship myself.
What you do yourself? Yeah. Well, you're like that. You like to do shit yourself.
Comment, how you doing? Comment to make you angry. How you doing? We know a lot of those out there. You did a show the same time as me the other night, right?
Who, me? Yeah, I did. Yeah, trying to get down and sort this thing out about everybody's all concerned about people are calling people this and that and trying to make a little content creators feud in the little biker news world. There's only fucking 5 or 6 of us. There's nothing to argue about.
No. It's just weird that a person in the chat can stir up controversy like that. It's very odd that people would listen to somebody in the chat. Just crazy.
Yeah. And he's the guy who took everything the wrong way, or at least in my opinion, he did. He's been in all the on all the channels and in the chats for years and years. I've known him from around and all that. I met him, I think, back in Mike's chat or Black Dragon's chat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I've been doing this like since I've been doing this. I watched Mike and Hollywood work together. I watched Mike and Black Dragon work together.
There was some other guy that was with Hollywood a while back, right?
There was a guy from his club, Marco.
Yeah. That Marco.
Yeah. And then, and I got into all this stuff to sell copies of my book originally. That's what I got into this for. And I sent Dragon one. I sent Mike one. I tried to send Hollywood one. I think Marco ended up with Hollywood's copy, unfortunately. And then
I got one.
And then I sent you one. Yeah. So I think I even sent Sos one, right? Why not, right? I spoke to Sos. I got nothing against that guy either.
Yeah.
We don't talk as much, but it doesn't mean like I say, I don't see any reason for the 5 or 6 channels that do this genre to disagree with anything.
I mean, it's okay to disagree with people.
Yeah, to disagree, but not to have out and out feuds. It's goofy having feuds.
I think it's stupid, but
It's
I don't feud with anybody. I don't have time for that, man. I'm on my own. I do my own thing. I don't worry about other people. I do my own thing.
Exactly. And as far as it goes, even fine tuning it more is like Mike Ball doesn't really do biker news anymore. He's found his lane and he concentrates on his lane and he's good at it and he's happy with it and he's got his audience and that's and you got your audience and I got my audience and away we all go, right? And if
a lot of the same people, it's a lot of the same people. They just go from one to the other.
Yeah, man. Like the days I'm not working, I'll watch everyone else's show too. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like my show isn't coming on till 8 p.m. So sometimes I get lucky and catch a story before you guys do, who do the morning shows. And then sometimes you catch the story before I do, right? It just depends on what time the story broke.
Well, if it's a crazy breaking story, I'll drop everything I'm doing just to rush and be like, breaking news.
Yeah, I've seen it. I did that once with the Outlaws because it was about a guy I knew and it was about a guy who was local to me. I was like down here in my house coat. I didn't even get my clothes on or nothing. I just came right to the computer, right? And
Oh, matter of fact, we got to talk about some outlaw situation that happened.
Hey, Edge, how are you, bro?
And I'm going to ask you some questions about this situation. It's pretty wild. Let's see if I get the pictures.
Farty Smalls, that's a good name.
It's a funny name.
Oh, I got the wrong thing. Click there. Now I can see the chat. There we go. I can see it now too.
You gotta quit smoking, man. I gotta quit. I gotta quit for real.
Sorry, Bill.
I gotta quit smoking for real. You do too. Sounds like.
Fucking right. Lindsay, Vinny, good to see you guys. Thanks for saying hi. I can't wait to make you happy or angry.
What's his name's song is out. Big Kaz and Harley's song is out.
What is that? That remake of He Ain't My Brother? Or
yeah, it's the remix.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, it's the remix of He Ain't My Brother. It's on my channel if you guys want to check it out. I'm trying to find something here. This guy posted something and then he erased it. Of course he erased it because people were probably going to kick his head in if he didn't. Wait till you see this. And I want to know your honest opinion about this. All right, so I was online, doing my daily looking for stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I come across these patches from the Outlaws, and I'm like, what the hell is that? So it's a post, and it's of these patches, and something looks off about these patches. Hold on, I gotta erase something here. I got too much shit in here. There's something off about these patches.
I gotta show you one too. I'm glad you brought that up. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Yeah.
I got one from 81. I can't believe it's on the fucking internet.
Really?
Though it's definitely not an 81 patch. Like them poor guys, they get knocked off so much, man.
Listen, they're all on Etsy, man. You can buy all these patches on Etsy. Don't do it. I suggest you don't ever do that. Some people don't know any better. I mean, there's people out there that really don't know any better, and they will do that, right?
Some people in a weird way think that they're showing the club respect. It's like, you can't tell me that you're that dense to the scene.
Yeah, but some people really don't know. They don't know. They just think the patch is cool, and they're like, I'm gonna rock this. I've heard of stories of people putting the Hell's Angel logo on their siding trucks or their plumbing company, and it says Joe's Plumbing with the Hell's Angel death head on it. And people really have no clue. They're like, that. Look at these patches. And there was a post. It says Virginia. Anyone in Virginia,
right? There's
who is around the Royal Virginia. I'm building a nomad group. Now, is there a nomad group of outlaws?
No. Not to my knowledge. No.
So what would happen if you got caught wearing this on a cut?
Well, that's another thing. All the cuts got to come back. They have Charlie on them. And they have AOA on it. Oh, it's unbelievable, eh?
People are crazy, man.
It's unbelievable.
So if that's obviously not real, right?
No, that can't be real. And what was it? Virginia? I think there is outlaw chapters in West Virginia.
Is there?
There was at least, I think, when I was in the club. I remember.
You see how this Charlie is like gray?
Yeah, exactly. He's
gray,
he's supposed to jump out at you.
Supposed to be white, right?
Yeah, like really bright, right?
Yeah, so it being gray is kind of.
But look at that.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Nomads in the bottom. That's horrible to see people doing that, man.
I mean, it happens to every club. If you go on Etsy, they have every single patch for every single club. And
I did a show about it.
About people with fake patches?
Yep. And then they got the people that have the fake YouTube account or Facebook accounts, and they'll put, insert club name here, and they're selling what they're calling support merch that's got actually things that only members only should have on their clothing.
Yeah.
And obviously the money isn't going anywhere near the club because that's not the club selling that stuff.
And then you see some of the pictures on their profiles have like women with the death head on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you look close at the pictures, some of them are using AI, and They're taking members of the Outlaws and putting them in Hell's Angel gear, and you can see like outlaw tattoos.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, some of these people are pretty noticeable, right?
And
You can
anything
tell that they're members of different clubs.
what a shitty thing to do to people, eh?
It really is. I don't know why they would do that. What do you think about the patch ban that they're looking to do up there in Canada? And I think it's going to decimate the support gear. They won't be able to sell support gear because that will be banned too. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah, then that depends on how far the ban goes, I guess, right? But yeah, if they ban everything that has the club name on it, you know, all the clubs now use the number thing.
They said
Right.
that will be gone too. Any type of lettering, numbering, AFFA, all that type of stuff will be gone, and no support gear. I read into the law up there in Canada that they're trying to pass.
You know what I personally think? I think it's good for the clubs, because then after they're done with whatever intelligence they have for members now, they don't have that it's right in your face anymore. They're going to have to really do investigative work to find out who's actually a member.
I know. They won't be able to just take pictures of people on bikes anymore, but then they won't be able to ride in groups anymore either.
I know, it's going to be such a weird, then that's what they're trying to do it for. I can't find that video clip. That's what they're trying to do it for, I guess, is to try to make whatever the clubs think that they're, I don't know, being watched, I guess. I don't know what they're trying to do, man.
It's really weird.
It doesn't make any sense. And the worst thing is DeSantis is trying to do it in Florida too. So it's not just in Canada, it's happening locally to you Americans too.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard they were trying to do that.
And the one that they did in Quebec, they tied it to a sex offender registry. So it's going to get passed. So it's the same bill, and one part of the bill is about the cuts and the colors or whatever, and the other part of the bill is about the registry, which is obviously a good thing. So the bill's going to go through. So then I was reading the paper. Oh, 100%.
Oh, the one in Florida. The one in Florida?
No, the one in Quebec. The one in Quebec's going to go through.
Oh,
the one in Quebec's going to go through.
I
That's
think
the one
terrible.
that they've attached the sex registry to it. And now, of course, I just did a show, I think Friday, but maybe about it. Ontario's looking into it too. So as soon as they say they're looking into it, it means that they're going to table it next too. And Ontario's got the party that's in charge of Ontario right now, the Conservatives, have got a majority, so they don't have to argue with nobody. They just table the bill and it goes through, gets voted in, and it's a new law. End of story.
So they can't. Can they fight back against the bill once it's up? Can they push back against it once it passes?
They're going to have to, and it's something they should have did with the organized crime law as well. The organized crime law is like 6 guys wearing the same outfit is a criminal organization if they're out there breaking the law.
Then the cops should get arrested, right?
Which is, but that's what they took down my club on in 2000, and a bunch of us pled guilty to it because they were holding his, I called it holding his ransom, right?
Yeah, but so if you plead guilty to a charge like that, participating in an organized crime, right?
Yeah.
Does the club like frown upon that? People
well,
pleading
this is
guilty
it.
To that?
Is you know, the way that I had interpreted it when we were in jail was that the club's not mad at you guys if you want to plead guilty, but you have to retire. You have to retire. We're not going to throw you out bad, but we have to retire. So we knew that before we said, okay, we're guilty. Right now, in some cases, I believe that the members went back. So good for them, right? I chose not to.
What if you didn't plead guilty? How long would you have got?
Well, it was 7 years to get to the trial.
Oh, man.
And then the trial fell apart and everyone walked away not guilty. After 7 years.
Bella, how you doing?
After 7 years, the snitch didn't want to come. So only two guys held tight and took it to trial. Only two guys. One was like the guy they said was the boss of a can at the time, and one was another member. And those two held tight and said no. And they were in and out, putting property up for surety and all that for 7 years, bro.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So
you lose everything. You lose everything you ever owned in that amount of time. I mean, a short amount of time, you could lose everything. 6 months.
Shit, I was in for 13 months. I lost my bike, my house, and my car.
Right there, your woman will leave you everything, right?
Damn woman, she didn't know. I don't know how to pay the mortgage. Well, first off, stop partying.
Did you lose your woman too? Lost the woman
she hung around. She hung around, which is okay. We ended up with another kid out of it.
So the first little case I want to talk about today is this woman.
Who is she?
She's a cop.
Wow, eh?
So this is her uniform. So she's a Bethel police officer, Janessa Beaumont, was arrested. Bethel police officer faced felony charges after state police say she waited more than an hour to report that her brother was involved in a deadly hit and run crash in Shelton. Janessa Beaumont, 32, is accused of delaying a report at late night collision on Route 8 that killed a Waterbury teenager. Connecticut State Police said troopers arrested Beaumont on Tuesday. She's charged with accessory to evading responsibility involving death, third-degree hindering prosecution, and interfering with an officer. The charges stem from a crash that happened shortly after 12:40 a.m. on Monday, January 12th. State police said a Honda 1994 Civic Del Sol was traveling north in the right lane when it was struck from behind by a 2013 Honda CRV. The impact sent the Civic across the grass median into the southbound lanes, where it was hit again by a 2011 Honda Accord. So it looks like these Hondas all love each other and they wanted to get together again. Passenger in the Civic, a 14-year-old girl, Chloe Alyssa of Waterbury, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the Civic suffered serious injuries and was taken to the hospital in Bridgeport. The Accord driver was taken to Bridgeport Hospital with the police said the suspected minor injuries. State police said the driver of the CRV, a 38-year-old Shelton man identified as C. Beaumont, sped away from the crash site. At 11:26, he called 911 to report he was involved in a crash. Here, let me show you a picture of him. That's him.
They definitely look like they're related.
They are. You notice by the last name, right? He called 911 to report that he'd been in a crash and was later at an auto body shop in Bridgeport Avenue. State police initially believed he was involved in a separate wreck. According to arrest warrant, Janessa Beaumont called state police at 2:17 a.m. to report that her brother was involved in a crash and she wanted to take him to the hospital. Troopers wrote that they were still handling a fatal crash and did not yet link him to the crash.
I was gonna say, is that the same crash?
Well, yeah, he was involved with that crash, but they didn't know yet. That changed just before 3:20 when state troopers found a license plate at the scene that traced back to C. Beaumont and his vehicle. Investigators said C. Beaumont told troopers he had one beer before the crash and declined to provide blood and urine samples. However, an arrest warrant said investigators reviewed surveillance videos that showed him consuming at least 8 alcoholic beverages at the bar before getting into his car. An analyst of the crash found he failed to brake or take evasive action in allegedly driving between 82 and 89 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone, police said. State police said Janessa Beaumont met her brother after the crash, but called Bethel Sergeant multiple times in advance before contacting state police. Beaumont was later released from custody on a $250,000 bond. The Bethel Police Department said she was placed on administrative leave pending a criminal investigation. So she is screwed. She's out on a $250,000 bond. Look at the difference between her there and here.
It took her a $250,000 bond, eh? Wow.
All because of her fucking brother.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
What you doing trying to hide it up for him? You can't do that.
No, she should have. I mean, if she didn't know yet, right? But I think she waited too long to call. She knew he was involved with the accident, and she waited too long.
Yeah, you can't be dirty for your family members.
No,
you know what I mean?
You want to go to prison? Look at how big her bond was. Holy shit.
Yeah. If the bond's that big, she's looking at some big time.
The Hardwire so loud. What's up, man? How are you?
I was just say hi to them guys too. Nice.
Paula. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. We all got the same crowd. Goes from this one to this.
Yeah.
One, go around. And people like variety, right? There's different types of people that do different types of stuff.
Right.
So,
we all got our own personality too. The way that we present stuff and the way that we talk. You know, the way I talk after the story. I'll always talk about, just because a couple guys in one chapter of a great big club did something, you can't paint the whole club with one brush and saying that's what the club's about. You just can't.
Do you think it's a big deal that I wasn't in a club and I report on this type of stuff?
Me, myself, personally, I don't think so. I think anyone can report on whatever they want. Why not, right? And all the stuff is out there on the Google machine. We're all getting our news stories from pretty much the same places because if we had inside sources, we couldn't put it on blast. You know what I mean? Like if a guy from a club in Ontario contacts me this afternoon and we have a conversation, I can't talk about that on the air. It's not fair to him.
I do have conversations with a lot of club members, but I don't talk about what we talk about.
For the same reason.
Some of them will call me and they'll give me an edge on a story, but I won't put it all out there. But the reason I even do this type of content is I'm a former gang member, and I know that these people don't sign up to these clubs to be in a gang, and the media spins it like it's a gang. When I was younger, I signed up to be in a gang. I signed up to be involved with criminal activity. And them calling these clubs gangs, they're just not gangs.
And see, and anyone who watches my show knows that my focus is for the Canadian biker scene is to show the Canadian public all the good stuff the bikers do. You know, the Guardians Against the Children, the Bikers Against Child Abuse, the Ride for Dad, all the veteran clubs out there that are doing stuff for homeless vets. And I really, really focus on that stuff as much as I can. So I don't care who does biker news. I'll throw it in the story because it's news, but I don't focus on it. It's not my primary concern.
Hey, what's going on, Mike Ball? How you doing?
We got Mikey in the house. Good to see you, Mike. Scrap Iron too.
Do a second interview with Staxx. Yeah, well, we're gonna be doing it soon. Probably this week if you got time, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. We'll see how the week shakes out.
Yeah, Bob blew me off last time. Nah, he was busy working, so
I was
sitting here waiting for the show, and I'm like, "Hey, Bob, you almost ready?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not even anywhere near the." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right." We'll just reschedule. So you talk about stuff like this, right? So the Hells Angels just donated $1,200 to Hospice of Chesapeake.
All that stuff, and I'll talk about the event that they held to raise that money, and I'll talk about all of that whole thing right up until that part. Yep.
Yeah, this was January 14th. They said, hope you enjoyed your Christmas trees and had a blessed holiday. The Hospice of Chesapeake. You know, that's a place where people go to pass away. So that's a good
Right,
deed.
right. That's what a hospice is for. Yeah. Yeah, we got a big event up
And
here.
you heard about
What's
you heard
that?
about the legendary member of the Blue Angels that passed away. He was laid to rest.
Yeah.
In Scotland.
That should have had a ton of bikers at that funeral.
Yeah, there was.
I touched on it for a minute because when I was in England, I was trying to get the guys to take me up to Scotland, but we were on opposite teams or friendships or whatever, so we never went.
Look at all those people. Allegedly, he's the person that kept the Hells Angels out of Scotland.
Yeah, that's what it said. We read the same article. Yeah, and you know what? Good on him. He did his thing, and it's not because of what club it was. That means nothing to me. It's because some places want to keep it with a local club that's local controlled. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was always Bernie's thing with the Satan's Choice back, but before 2000. Back in the 70s and 80s was I want to have control in Canada of what my club does.
Yeah, but so a lot of people have a hard time about what Harley's doing, right?
Oh,
but
fuck yeah.
They're not remembering that back in, I think it was 2006, that the Hells Angels patched over 350 people in one day.
Right, 2000. Yeah, in the year 2000. Yeah.
When they patched over all them clubs. One day, 350 people. And that was like unheard of.
And there's a lot of different clubs involved in that. Like not just one or two. There was like 6 or 7 different clubs involved in that all switched over all at one day. So it's not like it's never been done. He's over in the Middle East right now. I saw a video he had up. He's setting up.
You were an outlaw at the time when that happened, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It had to be wild that they just pop up everywhere in one day, right?
It didn't make my day, I tell you that much, bro. It's like, what in the fuck just happened, right? But unfortunately, we all knew it was coming. We knew the big clubs that were going to go over there, but we didn't realize that all those smaller clubs were going over there and brought that total up to 300 people in one fucking day.
That's insane. That is a lot. So I got the video of the funeral. I'll play it real quick. They had 2 caskets. You seen that?
What?
They have 2 caskets. You saw one.
I bet you one was the flower. Yeah, see the back of the limo's all flowers.
Oh, so they put the where the casket normally would be. They put flowers in there.
Yeah,
and then the guys on the back of the bike.
So I interviewed a guy in Alberta. He's got a biker hearse service in Alberta, like similar to this.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah, he's got one with it's a cop bike, and instead of a sidecar, the casket goes beside him, and the other one is a carriage that he tows.
That's pretty cool, man.
Similar to that, yeah, neat, eh? Yeah, he's getting the respect he deserved for that showing.
Just like when Ozzy died, all them outlaws were going by his house and revving their engines and doing burnouts and stuff.
Well, Ozzy was from Birmingham, And the part of my book, when I go to England, I spent 6 months with the Birmingham chapter. That's who mostly looked after me when I was over there. What a great bunch of fucking dudes. I couldn't say enough good about them guys. They were really,
Weidel, how you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. Guys coming into Satan's Choice even care about 25 years ago? I doubt it. Harley's going to have a hard time at it. I think he's up for the challenge, right?
And, you know, he understands. He understands the world, and he knows, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I hope that it doesn't get crazy, but who knows? It's Canada, right?
Kurt, what's up? I know crazy things happen up there. You ain't lying. Speaking about crazy things, you've heard about the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood, right?
They want to sue you, I hear.
Oh, yeah, they want to sue me. They're
I can't believe they
bad.
actually put your name in a video.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking funny. No, I never made to Australia, Duka Duka. I'd love to, though.
Let's check it out.
All right, Bill Staxx, this is for you. You got a couple days to take down the fake you've been saying. And if you don't, we're going to sue your and that's a fact. So take that down and stop spreading false information. God bless, mother. God bless, mother.
Oh, God, people are stupid, eh?
Look like I kicked the hornet's nest, huh?
Does I guess it's a stupid question. Do they understand that they have to have something to sue you for, like defamation or slander, or they can't just say, I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, you read a article off the internet. I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Listen, someone didn't die in my basement. Like, you better whoever if any lawyer takes that case, I would be shocked. But hey, I'm up for the challenge. Let's go to Judge Judy.
Like, what the fuck do they think they're gonna get?
No, they could try to, you know, put a I got a lot of things going on. They try to put a stop to my production or something.
I don't know if I don't know even know why I watched this guy's channel, but I like him. He's called Johnny Bravo.
Oh yeah.
And he does all the things about that West guy.
Yeah,
that's why I
he's
started
funny.
watching him, because that West guy used to make me laugh, right? So I watch anyone that dirted that guy. So that's how I started watching. And he said that West guy puts in claims to YouTube that it's his material, and the episode gets taken down until it gets sorted out. And then if it's not his material, they put it back up. There's
I don't know nothing about none of that.
So unfortunately, with the fact that a lot of people now can use YouTube as their income, there'll be people trying to fuck with your income, right?
Of course.
I like that photo.
Yeah. Let's go to Judge Judy. I wonder what she would think about these guys all grown up in a biker club.
Man, she's still not around. Is she, Judge Judy?
Yeah, she's still around. Do you think she would tear them apart? What do you think would happen if they went?
Somebody should actually contact the network. She'd probably take it.
I think it needs to be a legit lawsuit, and I don't think they have one. To tell you the truth.
I don't think they do.
No,
like you say, what are they going to say?
I read an article off the internet, and I give my opinion about what I think, and you can't sue someone for talking about what they think.
Right, freedom of speech.
And go look at the description. It says this is satire. They don't like comedy, huh? It's okay when they do it to all the clubs.
They
When
were
I
the
do
ones
it,
starting off with the comedy, weren't they? It's a funny one, eh?
they don't like it when I do comedy, huh?
TRC, how are you guys? Grant and Craig, good to see you guys too. Yeah, man.
All right, so the topic at hand. Antifa. They say they're going to destroy the racist Hells Angels.
Which I think that's a clickbait headline.
Grab some popcorn. The Hells Angels and Mongols are teaming up, which was never going to happen.
I know.
Gonna happen. And they're heading to new country called Chaz. LOL, after Antifa posted this. Antifa against bikers.
So who are these people in this photograph?
I don't know.
Like I say,
Anti-fascist action.
Are
Are there really people that claim to be Antifa? Like, are there people out there that really claim to be that?
Well, that's the thing, because Antifa is not supposed to be any centralized organization. So, like, you can't say that there's a president or somebody running Antifa, as far as I've ever been led to understand. It's just it's a thought, you know what I mean? Like
that sounds like the government back in the day used to say the mafia doesn't exist.
Well,
oh, there's no mafia. And then all of a sudden, there's a mafia. We're going to prosecute them, put them on trial.
Exactly.
Listen, they designated them a terrorist organization. It said designating Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. And it says Antifa is a terroristic threat. Antifa is a militant anarchist enterprise that explicitly calls to overthrow the United States government, law enforcement authorities, and our local law. And it uses illegal means to organize and execute a campaign of violence and terrorism nationwide to accomplish these goals. The campaign involves coordinated efforts to obstruct law enforcement of federal laws that are armed standoffs with law enforcement, organized riots. So allegedly, they are Minneapolis right now, and they're part of this whole situation that's going on there. Violent assaults of immigration and custom enforcement agents and law enforcement officers, routine doxing and other threats against political figures and activists. Antifa recruits trans, radicalized young Americans to engage in violence and suppression of political activity. They employ elaborate means to the mechanism to shield their identities of its operatives, conceal its funding sources and operations in efforts to frustrate law enforcement and recruit additional members. Individuals associated with acting on the behalf of Antifa further coordinate with other organizations and entities for the purpose of spreading, formatting, and activating political violence, suppressing lawful political speech. This organized effort is designed to achieve policy objectives to coerce intimidation is a domestic terrorism. So they have designated them domestic terrorists, and this all happened September 22nd of 2025. So if this is a centralized group and they can prove it, I guess some people are probably going to go to federal prison, right? Guantanamo Bay.
And I bet you it'll never see a courtroom. And if it does, it'll never be proven. But it's something good to talk about for the press. You know what I mean?
Well, if they arrest someone on terrorism charges, they can put them in Guantanamo Bay for years, or a prison like that. You know,
right? So then they can start to snatch up people that disagree with the current administration and stick them somewhere until it, whenever, right?
He says they're funded by people like Soros and hostile nation states. I believe that. Listen, these political figures, look how much money they stole from us, for the taxpayers. $9 billion.
Did you hear how much that got taken from those oil tankers and got put into one person's account in another country in the Middle East? Crazy amounts of money, man.
What they found an oil tanker with a Russian flag on it or something, right?
Yeah, but they sold the one tanker full of oil and somebody kept the money. It didn't go back into the government fucking coffers or nothing like that.
That's
One
crazy.
person took the money from that oil in that tanker. That's kind of slimy.
Nano Grow, what's going on?
I think the next thing that's going to happen down your way is going to be the insurrection, whatever it is, so that they don't have elections anymore. The Insurrection Act, is that what it is? State of emergency? That's going to happen next.
If you want all your political information, go check out Mike Ball. He's on at 11 a.m. every day almost.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. I watch him every day, man. It's like clockwork.
Yep, I usually watch Mike too. When I'm not working, I watch Mike. I kind of got busy last week for a change, but then I don't know what kind of week it was. I seemed to be doing more driving than I did working. It was kind of one of those weeks, being on call and working in other cities. Yeah.
I hate driving far, man. No problem, Mike. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I'm really busy, I'll do a show before Mike's show. Try not to do one ever at the time he does.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it usually, if the timing's right, it goes Dragon Mike you, and then in the evening I'll come on and do mine.
Yeah.
And Hollywood will drop something somewhere along the ways as well. But he's not daily, I don't think, Hollywood. He just drops them when he does.
I put 2 a day sometimes. I have one with Rusty Dusty coming up from Canada. He's from Vancouver.
That guy's a weird egg, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Shout out to Rusty Dusty. He's funny, man.
Yeah.
There's so I got some new information about all of our good friend Mr. Donnie Wants. That's going to be dropping this week. Probably tomorrow.
So Donnie doing?
Oh, it's funny. It's some funny information too. You guys are going to really enjoy this.
People with their fucking stuff, eh? See, and it's hard for us because we got channels, so we can't say. It's easier just to fucking not say anything, because then we go up every day and say a whole bunch of shit, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, man.
So another thing I'm going to tackle this week is all of these people coming forward and saying that they're related to Sonny Barger. You know how many people come forward and say, Sonny's my uncle, Sonny's my dad?
No way.
They are all liars, because Sonny didn't have any kids.
I was gonna say, did he have kids?
None. No kids. He
I
didn't have
read
any
one
kids.
of his books. Yeah, man.
If you've seen the amount of people that come forward and say that, it's crazy. Like, it's literally crazy.
I got this dude coming on this week for an interview, a local guy, an Ontario guy. He's been in the motorcycle world, probably longer than I've been alive, bro. You know what I mean? So he's going to be
Sonny Jr., Sonny Jr., Sonny Jr., Sonny Jr.
Look at them
Sonny
all.
Jr.
Come on.
Yeah, they're all his kids. Look at all the babies.
That was a fucking good idea to do a show about. I never realized all that shit.
Yeah, all the people that claim to be related to Sonny Barger. We're going to check them out, some of them. I reached out to a couple of them, and of course, they won't come on the show.
No.
And somehow they are grandfathered into the Hells Angels. Some of them aren't even wearing patches. They claim to be presidents. I swear. I swear. I heard stories of a black dude who said he was Sonny's son, and he had a Hells Angel tattoo in prison.
How does the club put up with all that, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's got to drive him crazy, man.
He said, put the picture back up. Look at all the babies. Those are all Sonny's sons. Oh,
fucking
man.
wild, man.
These people really believe it too. They swear.
That is fucking crazy. I wish I could find that reel with that. Like you say, it's supposed to show an HA coming in and some kids pushed over somebody in a wheelchair, and the HA stands up for him, and blah blah blah. But it's showing some guy with the death head, and I'm like, oh my fuck, that club must be just fucking either they had to really learn how to ignore things good, or they're pulling their fucking hair out. You know what I mean? Wonder why all these people got to keep using their images for their shorts and their reels and their shit, right?
That's how it goes. This person says there is no Fort Royal or Royal Virginia. Well, that's what it says on the post. Maybe they're trolling. I mean, they could be trolling, right? I thought they just didn't know any better. Thanks, Scrap
Right.
Iron.
Yeah,
it says right here, anyone in Virginia
who's around
Front Royal.
Oh, Front.
Virginia.
So you meant to say Fort Royal. Does that make sense? Fort Royal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda. I don't know. I don't know if this is trolling or.
So not only is it fake, the guy doesn't know how to spell.
yeah.
That's fucking funny, eh? Yeah, that's the other thing. Now I'm getting all.
There is a Front Royal. There is a Front Royal, Virginia. Believe it or not, right here, Front Royal, Virginia. So he ain't lying.
No,
he is not lying. Front Royal, Virginia.
Apparently, he's going to make a Nomad chapter.
Apparently, he is. It's
How
a
many
historic
people?
town in Virginia. It's near National Park, Skyline Drive. It's a real fucking town, believe it or not. It's kind of near. I'm trying to see where it's near. It's on the left side of it's south of Harper's Ferry.
Never heard of none of them places.
It's north of Luray. You know where Luray Caverns are in Virginia? It's north of there. Go check it out. It's near DC. Yeah. It's on the outskirts of DC. For Front Royal, Virginia. That's wild. I don't know. I think he might have a screw loose doing this type of shit.
No shit, eh?
Because it's true, right? There is no nomads in the Outlaws, correct?
No, not ever that I was aware of, bro. No.
Well, why is that? Do you think there is no nomad charters?
I think because I asked that question. It was something along the lines of, the other club is doing that, and we don't want to look like followers. So if the other club did it first, it makes it kind of theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of why they call it the prospects perspective, right?
Yeah, and probationary members, exactly. Yeah, but you can have a prospective chapter, right? So,
yeah,
and that's another way that they gain chapters is to make a whole club a prospective chapter, right? If they think the club doesn't, you don't need everyone to probate and empty an ashtray again, but you need to know that they can make the club look good and keep up the standards, right?
Do they patch over clubs?
Yeah.
The Outlaws.
Yeah.
Do they make them wait 5 years?
Not a whole club, like they say. I think, and sometimes they, because I think that's how they got to Canada in '77, is they patched over a bunch of Satan's Choice chapters. They thought they had the whole club, but only half of them came. So I used to have brothers that were like longtime members that had Satan's Choice tattoos, right? Because that's where they came from.
The Avengers is from Virginia, and there's a lot of clubs in Virginia, believe it or not.
And didn't somebody say it was a really good motorcycle scene out in Virginia?
Message him, Staxx, see what he says. Listen, I tried to go and check it, and it's gone. The post, that's why I screenshotted it, so they can't say it wasn't there. That's why I screenshotted the post.
Yeah. Oh, so this post right here is gone now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh.
When you go to find it now, boom, it disappeared. Of course it did.
What was that? TikTok or was it in a reel?
No, it was in Facebook, I believe.
Crazy, eh? Because now, because of what I do in the Facebook group and the page and the YouTube, my whole news feed is just biker stuff now, right?
Yeah.
I just got to open Facebook and I can see what's going on in the world. I don't have to go anywhere else, which is all right.
Hell yeah, you gotta give the people what they want, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a news source. A lot of people come to you for a lot of information, you know.
And then they're interested, which I'm grateful for. They're interested in hearing about Canadian biker news from a Canadian guy, right? So
Yeah.
somebody who's been there, who's ran those roads and knows what I've seen most of the country, and somebody's been there, done that. So it makes it all work out for us.
Like me doing Canadian news, Canadian biker news.
I'm surprised that there's only one person in Australia I've seen do it, and it's an AI channel. There's no face in front of the camera, called Grid Sparta.
Yeah. I've seen that one. They're pretty good, man. They got a lot of information. They get a lot of videos and things like that.
A lot of police photos that you won't get nowhere else, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing I noticed about those AI videos. They take longer to put them together, so they get more stuff into them that we don't get by reading the story off of Google, right?
Yeah.
So there's good sides to them and bad sides to them, I guess, because there's lots of ones that like true crime and complete crime, and they try to tell you who all the gangs are in this city and that city and blah blah blah. And there's a whole bunch of them for Canada, but I don't really see them doing that in the States yet. I don't think they'd be able to know who the gangs are in the States, because I know when I see those YouTube kids, those younger kids go and hang out with those kids in the projects and that, I've never heard of none of them crews.
No, there's a lot of gangs here in the U.S., man. A lot.
Well, it can change from from one block to the next block in some neighborhoods, can it?
Someone told me, yo, go out and start interviewing gang members. I'm like, I'm not going over there. I used to hang out with all them type of people, but I'm not going back. How about that? No.
There's one kid, I think it's Tommy G, isn't it? And he goes in and hangs out with him. And that other kid, Banana Buckingham, I like him. The redhead kid.
He was in the hospital, that guy. The girl,
yeah,
with the curly hair. Yeah, he was dying, man. His organs were shutting down.
Poor guy, eh?
Yeah, that was crazy.
His videos.
Yeah,
but he would go with those, and he'd smash the booze. He probably did it to himself. See that time he was in Chicago, his cameraman caught a ricochet in the neck?
Yeah.
Fucking nuts coming out of recording studio.
I've been on the road and seen some wild stuff. I was in Kensington filming, and some wild stuff going on. A lot of stuff, man. He's either cops or news reporter, something.
Who's that?
He gets police videos straight up. Sparta, they said. Grid Sparta is either a cop or news reporter. He gets a lot of police videos straight up.
Oh,
could be.
I watched that Tommy G kid. He just did something terribly wrong. He just did a bunch of ride-alongs with cops as they're arresting those kids from the gangs that he usually hangs with. Those gangs are never going to let him hang out with them again.
No, why would he do that? Why would he do that?
Yeah. I was just watching him up in my room. Yeah. And he was doing the ride along with the cops. And the one kid and as he was getting handcuffed, he goes, Tommy, you fucking fool.
So that makes him look like he took the information and brung it to the cops. Why would he do that?
What else is it going to look like to a 15-year-old?
Yeah, he ain't ever going to be able to hang out with none of them guys, because they're going to run back and tell on him.
Yeah, man. Well, he's getting handcuffed up and the kid's got a heater on him. That's all he's going to think. It was that motherfucker.
Yeah, one order can't open one new club, but Satan's Choice can open 55. Come on, people, open your eyes. Nah. I think it was a little different when you're opening up a fucking drug operation factory. Like, they were opening a straight drug factory. There's a huge difference, man. It's a motorcycle club, all right? It's not disguised as one thing and being portrayed as something else. So
And I don't know how the one order thing was being assembled, whether it was patching over an existing club or if they were starting something from brand new, which means you're going to bring a lot of guys from other places to build that chapter, right?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got guys that don't know the area, don't know how the cops move, and it's hard, right? So, you know,
they did that one wrong.
well, fucking, what was the one guy getting charged with? Something about manufacturing steroids or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got caught with
Yeah.
a lot of them.
And that's a food and drug offense. And I think it's actually worse than a drug offense, like for time in Canada. I think someone told me that over the years.
Yeah,
You
it
know
sounds
what I
like
mean?
you're pretty screwed.
But yeah, and you know what, like and like they say, you know, but you know, the maple syrup, they're not going to be the only person that's thinking along those lines. 100% they're not. There's always going to be people thinking, you know, hey, come on, man, it only makes sense, right? And you know, I personally don't think that's the case, bro. I
Huge
just don't.
difference. It says one order with drug dealers. Satan's Choice selling T-shirts. Huge difference, bro. Huge difference. This
No,
dude is. I think Harley G's is 100% legit, and he's not trying to go to no bullshit like a lot of other clubs stray away and do this and that. I don't think he's out to do that, you know.
just because, and you have to, just because I've got to meet him, albeit over camera, but I never got a bad vibe out of the guy. I just didn't, you know what I mean? So I know it's and some and like you say, maple syrups, they're a 1% club, but a 1% club doesn't mean that you're into breaking the law. It just means that you're a 1% club, and you know that, right? And but there's always going to be some people that say, hey, fuck, man, what's the deal with that? And there's always going to be some people that say, hey, fuck you, you're not doing that where I am, and we're going to duke it out, right?
Yeah, well, that will be. It's going to be what it's going to be then, right? If that's
right.
the case. But I mean, there's a huge difference between setting up a fucking drug operation and setting up a legit motorcycle club. Huge
100%,
difference.
100%.
And I think
And,
one
yeah.
order, they thought they can do that, and you can't do that, you know?
But again, you would think that it would have been somebody who was already in that area and knew the fucking scene. And you know, it doesn't take much to do those things that they were talking about in some guy's basement. You just need an empty bedroom, right? It wasn't like they were cooking meth or producing fentanyl or anything like that, where there's going to be.
You're saying all the flag words, man. Flag, 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 flag on the play, flag on the play. Like, damn, man.
Is that the end of this video? Sorry,
Pretty much. Pretty much. Edge, what's up, man? How you doing? Ask the guy for proof the accusations. Got nothing back. No, of course not. Of course. Because look how dumb of a comment that is. Oh, they're stopping the one order from opening up a big factory, but they're letting Satan's Choice open up and sell T-shirts. Like, come on, man. Look at that. Like, he must be brain dead or something. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, man, I appreciate you coming on. I had a good time with you chopping it up, and we'll do one this coming week.
Yeah, let's do one this week.
Yeah, don't forget, I'm going to be going at the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood, and I got some new Donnie content coming for you guys. It's pretty damn funny. Some an inside look at all this situation. Yo, D Lucky, what's going on, man? Shout out to you.
All right. Thanks, everyone in the chat. I'll see you guys. I'll do a Canadian politics one, 8 p.m. tonight, so not too long. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you inviting me out.
No problem. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.